Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 11, Round 11, the Hungarian Grand Prix live from the Hungaroring in Budapest. Unfortunately, Jack Hotwood could not commentate this evening, so I am here in the comment box for the second time, but this time with TR Malta. Malta, hello.
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 So, Malta, we are here in the foresty kind of circuit of the Hungaroring, one of the more iconic tracks mechanics, had a lot of championship battles and fights decided in the past. What's your take on the championship so far from what you've seen?
Also, I joined Monaco, and at that point, ErikStander was leading. He's still leader, I think, but it's looking quite close at the moment. Him, Edu Perondi, and Toxic are all in a three-way battle for the lead. Obviously, last week we saw a bit of trouble for Erik and obviously Edu. So Toxic was able to he was able to better his position in the championship. I'd say, like, he was closer to Erik. I don't know if he's got ahead. I haven't got the championship standings up, but yeah, he's it's looking quite tasty. Would you say, Maldi?
It is definitely looking tasty. I'm just going to quickly have a quick check of the standings. As finished player at 16 actually goes P1 with a 117.5.
Yep.
Marty, would you like to take us through ErikStander's run, if he's on one? I think he's in the second
He's
sector.
currently, I think he's on a warm down. I think he's invalidated because he's backing off of this lap. I think he's probably just trying to save fuel at the moment. I'm just checking. Yeah, he's putting in lean mix so he can get one more lap in. But the P1 with 117.5. It's quite an impressive time. He's been very good over the last few of his qualifying. His race pace has been less impressive, but however, I think we can see that change because Hungaroring is very it's quite downforce based track, and it's very hard to overtake. So if he can get the position qualifying, he might be able to keep that into the race. As Evans has gone second, and yeah, I think that's all for now. I'm just checking down. Yeah, TRPT's in the pits. Yeah, just a few to go left, a few to go now. But yeah, it's time from finished player at the start.
Sorry, a few technical issues from you there, sorry. Can I just clarify, was we talking about ErikStander there?
No, I was talking. Yeah, ErikStander was just he's backing off a little bit. He's kind of on his lap now. He's gone through sector 1 through this right-hander here, and
he's actually the only Hungarian driver as well in the league. So he's got his own Grand Prix tonight. So it must be really, really exciting for him, being in his home country. Must be pretty exciting for him. So here we are then, here in Hungary, Malta, as I said. Thousands cannot speak this evening. What am I doing? We've got FuSiOn in P number 2. We've got FuSiOn in P number 2 right now. What's your take on this season?
Also, I've said I came in at Monaco, but he's strong. He was not to get the win. Where's my mind? Sorry. He's not to get the win, but he strategy call. But yeah, he's had a very decent season, I'd say. And he's looking to be in this championship fight right now.
Okay, this is really, really interesting because we've got a lot of guys in the pit lane right now. I don't really know what to say about this Grand Prix. There's not really much to say because it's qualifying. Qualifying's the most boring of the more boring of the sessions in the weekend. So there's nothing really to say. But
I'd have to disagree. Sorry, Maldi, I'd have to disagree with you there. I think it's probably one of the more exciting because you never know who's going to be on a good lap or not, who's going to be on pole. Obviously, this at the moment is on a very good lap. No, very good time, sorry, with a 117.5. And it's a question, can he stay there? That is a big question. So I probably have to disagree with that. I think the race, in effect, is probably a little bit more boring than qualifying, but that's just my opinion.
Well, see, qualifying for me, good in real life, on the game when you're spectating, you know, it's not very interesting. in my opinion. Probably personally because I can't shout that much in qualifying. I like to shout. But anyway, enough of that. I'm just got the standings up. If Peronti cannot actually race tonight, so he has to get on in 4.5 minutes. He said he could be able to join maybe in qualifying. But yeah, he's not. He's very he's 41 points behind ErikStander right now, so he's not having a good time at the moment in the championship. Ivanzi coming onto his lap now. FuSiOn is 7 points behind ErikStander, so you know it's not going well for Eddie Perondi. And if he cannot race, I think personally, Malta, you know, he's the quickest guy arguably in the league. But you know, he may lose the chance of the championship if he cannot.
You cut out a little bit there, Maldi.
Sorry, my controller's not very good this evening. As I was saying, sorry.
Yeah, you were saying.
If Perondi cannot race this evening, it could really damage his championship. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say with Eddie Perondi, as we're going through this middle sector, he's just I think he's backing off on this lap. But yeah, Eddie Perondi, I'd say by far he's probably the fastest on downright pace. It's just unfortunately his connection is his worst asset. But he would, I think he's still in chance for the title as long as he can. If he can keep on coming to the races, like I know he's had a bit of bad races, but if he can go into races, then I think he'll win this. Even though Erik and Toxic are both quick, consistent drivers in the league, I think Eddie's still got a chance. As Evansy starts his last laps seems to be locks up a little bit into turn 1. Yeah, he's taking that decently.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to quickly try and sort out my technical issues that I'm having. I will be as quickly as possible. If you'd like to take us through Evansy's lap, I'm going to be spectating. So I'll be as quickly as possible. And yes.
One a little bit wide there, but I think he still gets it on the track through this right-hander here up to 5th. He's got to try and keep off the curbs here as he's gone way too wide, and I think that's the end of his qualifying right there. Never mind, a bit of lag on my screen. I think he might be having a bit of technical issue right here. Is Devante, but I'm just looking rounds and finish player still at the top of the tree, and this is quite good qualifying forward from the McLaren driver. Looking at such a FuSiOn camera in the last corner right now. Was he in the set? I think, yeah, he's got a 1:17.671, which is still a few hundreds away from finish, but the finish player still on the tree. But how will that last for the rest of the session? That is the question. I'm looking down the field now as absolute low has retired. He's left off right now. But there are still 2 people still left to go as to go P5. Goes P14. There's still a minute left in the session, so anyone on the lap right now could potentially come around and start another lap, depending on how much fuel they've got. For example, total pure could. But this is turning to be quite qualifying session because there's a few people who are looking to be in contention for the pole. Finish player obviously being one of them. He's coming around the last corner now. I think he might be going on for another lap here. Yeah, he's got enough fuel. He almost spins it into the last corner as he starts his lap. But Toxic FuSiOn right now is coming around the penultimate corner, and he's going around this right-hander. A little bit of a slide there, but hopefully it didn't affect him too much. Coming up to the line now for 1:16.9, which is a really good time. He's put up to pole position. He's now 6 tenths ahead of finish player in second. That is a great time by the Renault driver, and he's putting him in pole position for this Hungarian Grand Prix provisional, obviously. Let's see if ErikStander can better him as he coming around the last corner. And he only improves by 300s to go third. He goes ahead of Evansy, obviously, but he must be disappointed with that one. As I'm looking at finished player right now, is he going for another lap? No, I don't think he is. So I think might be the end of qualifying now. However, Top Pure is the last one to run. So it looks provisionally now Toxic Fusion will be starting on pole with a pretty impressive lap time, I'd like to say. Toxic is 2/10 up right now on this time. Are you back, Maldi?
I'm back. I've been back for quite a while. We sorting out the technical issues, should not have any more issues for that one in the Grand Prix. Can I just please clarify as well, just to make sure it is fine, Malta, the stream quality and audio is okay on your end?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's fine. At the moment, I'm just looking right now. But yeah, it's okay. It's not lagging on my screen.
Okay.
So yeah, as Top Pure goes to P8, and that is going to be the end of this qualifying session as Toxic is now coming into the pits. So, what do you think about, obviously in regards to the title fight, Toxic starting on pole, Maldi?
Sorry. Take us through the qualifying results, Malta. Please.
Okay. Yeah. Who's in first position right now? He's yeah, we've got a minute left, which is a very good qualifying for him. He's on the front row. Also got ErikStander, who's going to be directly behind his championship rival, which could become interested in the race. Evansy, who's in P4. Legend in 5th. Moores Buckley in 6th. STB Maldi in 7th. Total Pure in 8th. And Greek rounds up the top 10. Verstappen, again, like Britain, is starting in P11, so he might be going for the alternate strategy. PT in 12 could do the same. Dennis in 13th. ECR Shadow in 14th, and round at the grid in 15th is Absolute Lol in the Ferrari.
Okay then. Malta, I'm just having a few issues hearing you. So I apologise if I speak over you or interrupt you later in the race. But, yes, what was your question, sorry, in qualifying? Can you remember?
About your question, yeah, sorry, it was about Toxic Fusion is starting in P1. Obviously, that is quite good for him. What do you think this does for the championship? If he can get a good result here, what do you think that'll do for the championship? Like, give him confidence, maybe?
Well, Fusion is known for his amazing strategies. He's known for his amazing, his just raw pace in the race and his knowledge really of, tyre management and tyre wear. I think this is a great opportunity for Fusion to retake his first position in the championship. The last time he was first in the championship was last season. So it's really, really, really good opportunity. But ErikStander in his home country, at his home Grand Prix, will definitely be rooting for that victory. So yeah, I think though, Fusion's got it in the bag to win this race.
Yep, as we're 5 seconds away from the start of the race.
Okay then, so here we are for the Hungarian Grand Prix live from the Hungaroring in Budapest. We are here now with 5 lights and away the drivers go in Hungary. Great start there from Fusion, but the McLaren of Finnish player is going to get right onto the side of him now, and the Renault of Vivans is going to try and get involved there, and ErikStander's around the outside now. Can he get the overtake? John on Finnish player is going to have the better line coming out of the corner as well. We're looking backwards around the circuit, down the pack, sorry. We've got the McLaren of Oleg X in 6th position. We've got ErikStander, sorry, in P number 2 now. He's going to get the try and get the overtake done now on Fusion as they go up the hill to turn number 3. And we're looking backwards near the back. We've got 3 drivers.
Sorry, Evansy. Sorry to cut you off. Evansy received a touch from Finnish player through turn 4 there, and Finnish player has taken the position back from Evansy. What a start there from ErikStander. What did you say, Maldi?
Great start. He's really pressuring Fusion as well, Malta.
Yeah, it's important to get past Finnish player. Now he can put the pressure on his championship rival. But obviously, there's only 8 points behind. So if the race were to be a 1-2 for these two in the position, it would be level with Erik. So it's important. Looking down the field now, is there any position changes? Yeah, ECR Shadow has had a very good start in P10, and there's been a few losers. Unfortunately, Mercury and Verstappen both have lost out in the start. So obviously it's bad for those.
Oh, and there's been a crash. There's been a crash. Petey has lost his whole front wing, and there's a big crash for Absolute Low here. Big crash for Absolute Low.
Ooh.
Oh,
there's a lot of people coming to the pits now with front wing damage. A lot of people. Oh, and Greek has got a 5-second stop go penalty going into. Yep, sorry. Greek has got a 5-second time penalty going into the pits. He spent the pit lane, but there's a lot of people. Five out of the 15 people are into the pits right now. It's unfortunate for them. PT being one of them, and yeah, Legend has left the session. I think
he's just gone on a set of intermediate.
I think he's left the session now. I think he's probably realised that and just he's gone. He's quickly gone.
He's
unfortunate for him.
He's out of the lobby.
Yeah, I mean, it's now just an interesting strategy. But going up to the front now. Erik he's just inside a second, but Toxic is now pulling a bit of a gap to him now.
Definitely, I'm seeing this as well.
Yeah, there's a bit. It's spaced now a little bit now. I'd say there's a lot of people, especially in the top 3. It's now about 4 seconds between the top 4 now. So this could. I don't know if it could shake things up, but it's early times right now, so you never know what might happen in the race. But yeah, ErikStander is now outside the DRS going into the 3rd lap, so this could prove crucial for the Ferrari driver.
British player in P number 3. He's had a great start. He's shown it in Austria. He's shown it. Briefly in the start, and Evans is off the circuit. I don't know if that's lag. No, it's not. Evansi has. What happened to him? Evansi just went completely off the circuit there and just looked up. He's been complaining Malta of issues with that Renault. So yeah, not good for him. Not good for him as Matty's in P6 now.
There's a bit of front wing damage on Shadow. I'm looking down the field right now, and Shadow and Verstappen both have front wing damage, I think. Shadow's being worse than Verstappen's, but that's got to be killer for them, especially on a track where downforce is key and having the best wings as possible. This is practically like Monaco. If you have bad wing around here, then you're losing so much time through these corners because you need the whole wing to obviously go around them without hesitation.
Verstappen's wheel, not Verstappen, sorry, Shadow's wheel may help him there. I do believe he uses the wheel, so that may help him anyway. But ErikStander, as you said, he's struggling, and No Legends Ghost is going to get in the way of this little fight here. But ErikStander is definitely lost the speed to Fusion. He's losing the time to finish black. This could be crucial because Absolute going into Belgium. So this is sizing up to be an incredible race as Moore's Puppy 77 is in 4th place.
Good start for the Toro Rosso there. Obviously, he started in P6, but he's got up to P4. He's had Evan to go off the track, and he's had those legends with his balls up. Pardon me, but it's a good start for him, and all he needs now to do is just, I think, keep
Botis Greek. Sorry to disturb. Sorry to interrupt you there. Botis Greek has spun it out of turn number 1, and he is. Yeah, that is his race. We're in span it again. Botis Greek has span it again.
Yeah,
is this going to be the end of his race? He's struggling to get it back round.
I think. Yeah, he's over the last few races. He's had a very torrid time. He seems not in control of the car. I think he's getting more frustrated now, and I think this might be a rage quit in the making if he can't get the car around. But it's unfortunate. Yeah, as I was saying, a rage quit. But he's had a very torrid time, the Toro Rosso driver he has, and it's been unfortunate for him the last few races. As Finnish player is now only 4/10 behind ErikStander, so ErikStander clearly struggling on these tyres. Much worse than Finnish player.
Definitely. Finnish player is definitely flying in Hungary, and ErikStander is definitely feeling the pressure. I think FuSiOn has really picked his pace up, really picked his raw racecraft. Like, he's really improved from since the start of the season. Really, he's definitely got the pace now, hasn't he?
Just watching. Sorry to interrupt you, but TRPT is going around the outside of Mercury here at turn 1. This could be a great move. He's going to get the second DRS. Mercury stays ahead, so that is it's interesting. That's a little interesting battle at the back of the field. Outside the points obviously because of both of them. Yeah, both of them had wing damage at the start, and now they're onto the medium tire, going onto the alternate strategy. Well, forced onto it, but yeah, that's a little interesting battle we're shaping up. There's 2 little battles already. Finished player for 2nd and TRPT for 11th, repping the Thrive boys.
Yeah, definitely representing the Thrive Esports team.
Finished player. He's now always, he's still maintaining a gap. So obviously you're talking about his pace improvement. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Obviously his racecraft has become much better, like since he's joined this league. And I'd like to go back to Azerbaijan, where he had a very good qualifying, but unfortunately his race just he lacked consistency. I think if he can just stay behind Erik here, he could jump in the pits if Erik has a nightmare. Because you never know around this track, or well, in F1 in general, people make mistakes. That is the nature of the sport.
Yeah, definitely.
I said that. No, never mind. I was a little bit of lag on my end. I thought finished player had bottled it at the chicane. That was almost the moment.
PT has lost a lot of time to Mercury here, so he's down in P number 12 right now, and he's definitely not having a good race. He had that incident on the first lap, and he may be able to go to the end on those mediums, but not been a healthy start to this Hungarian Grand Prix for TRPT.
Yep.
P number 3 now, though.
Obviously,
finished players. We're going to keep an eye on this battle right now. Malta looking very strong at the moment. Not many battles at the moment. There's absolute lull.
Finished play almost lost out of turn 1 there, and he's lost a bit of time now. The gap is more than a second now to Erik. That could prove crucial in the next coming laps if he can break the DRS to finish player. Maybe he could use that momentum to gain on Toxfus, who's only 1.6 seconds ahead of him. So this is, as you said, shaping up to be an interesting Grand Prix now. You never know what might happen. Like it's so many turns here, it's easy to make a mistake around this track.
Definitely, you got to be very flowing and very
fluent.
Yeah,
I'd say fluent, definitely.
Well, yeah, very good in the second sector. If you mess it up around any corner in the second sector, bites you every other corner that there is. So it's very important.
That's absolute lull is into the pits again. Sorry to interrupt you. He's lots of bits front wing there. Obviously, the Ferrari driver, new to this league, and he's on a learning curve, I'd say, Maldi.
Yeah, definitely. He's struggling. He's missing next week as well. He's got some event in real life in Italy, unfortunately. But yeah, he's just had a very torrid time. He's coming back from holiday in Dubai. He's going to get some coverage time. He comes out a bit late.
Yeah, just go coverage time there. As finished players he's gained his 5 attempts back on ErikStander right here. So obviously that little slip up didn't matter. He's showing that he's quicker than ErikStander, but he's just getting held up in his dirty air, which on this game also, if you're in dirty air, then it's just going to cost you more and more time, unfortunately, for the McLaren driver.
The tyre wear is going to be very, very bad as well when you're behind someone. So Evanzi
gets another time penalty.
Not having luck with
that's the second
corner cut, is he? He's not doing very well on that end, but he's doing well in P5. He's still in a decent position. He did say that he wants to move from the Renault team because he doesn't like the car, and he wanted to go to Saab. But I had a little word with him a few weeks ago, and he said that Renault would constructors battle, and he was like, "Yeah, go for it. I'll stay at Renault." But it is clear that he is struggling in that Renault. He's reported a lot of issues with that car, so just really, I think Malta frustrating is he does come into the pit lane. It is frustrating for him, but I think this new little strategy that he's doing, going very slowly into the pit lane. This pit lane is very, very awkward.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, you got to go around the last corner. As Shadow and Verstappen, sorry to go off topic, but Shadow's now under attack from Verstappen, who's on the same tyre, but obviously Shadow's got that front wing damage. Is he got the move done here? He's side by side here, so I think this might be an easy move for the Red Bull driver, who obviously had that surprise win. Pardon?
He's up the inside than Shadow, and he has got the overtake done there. And as you said, Malta, that incredible win he got in Britain because of that amazing strategy. Looks like it won't be the same in Hungary, but you know, Belgium, that proves reign as we've got a nice battle commencing between Dennis.
As Matty has lost position to Total Pure. Sorry to interrupt you there. Yeah, Matty has obviously probably made a mistake there, so Total Pure is capitalised on that. Total Pure being quite a consistent driver, I'd say, in the top 10. Not had the pace to be up there with the front runners, but you know, he's in P5 now, so obviously he could be in for some really good points here. As Shadow is lost another position to Evans, who's obviously kind of the pits now on the medium, so he's looking to take those to the end, the Renault driver.
Finish player, finish player in the DRS of ErikStander. ErikStander goes very defensive down in turn 1, he locks up. Here's the finish player going to get second place. ErikStander's going to get the undercut now, he's going to get the whatever it is down into turn number 1 now. As absolute low retires from the Gondor's going to run the outside of turn 3. He's going to do a Fernando Alonso move. Here we go. Ferrari goes to McLaren. And he's done it. ErikStander stays in front. This is incredible. He's had a little bit of a swervy moment out of turn number 4. And then on the hill, finish player. This is incredible for P2. And FuSion must be loving life right now.
Yeah, there was a shouting moment. There was a shouting moment, Maldi. But that was the incredible. Well, see, a very good move from Fish Player at turn 1, but obviously Standard going around the outside at turn 2. What a move from the championship leader, and you know that is he's obviously showing his intent now just to keep that second position, obviously, because he won't lose if he loses that second position. Toxic at the moment would be ahead of him in the championship, and you don't really want that.
Incredible. I love shouting while commentating. It's amazing. And
ErikStander goes into the pits.
Lane here.
Yeah, he's going for the undercut.
So he's going to, let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. It's very important with his strategy. As Morris Buckley goes up into the podium positions now.
Yep. I'd say for strategy-wise, if you want to do the super soft, you're going to have to take the tyres to at least lap 14, as I think he is going to the softs now.
Yep. Soft compound tyres. Yeah, so FuSion is on super softs. And his player is on super softs. When I thought that I was racing, I did a nice little strategy. I did super softs to lap 10, just like ErikStander did, but I went on the mediums to the end. It is possible to go on the softs to the end from lap number 10. I did try it, but with me, I got like 80% of my tyres, so it was very, very bad. But ErikStander, you know, he's good on his tyres, it seems, in previous races, so hopefully he could prove to be a threat later on. PT then, struggling to get through Mercury here for P number 10. You know, 1 point could prove vital in the championship fight.
As you were saying, you've got to fight for all the points, no matter where you are. Like, obviously, 1 point is better than no points. And as I was saying at the start of this broadcast, getting around people is going to prove extremely hard, as it's quite a tight circuit. So I think PT is showing, PT is feeling that effect, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. He's just had a little lag incident, I think, with Mercury. So he's went off the circuit, but then obviously came back on and lost a bit of time. So he's not having the best of Grand Prix here in Hungary. You know, he did say that he doesn't like the circuit before the race. It's one of his less favoured circuits on the calendar. But you know, he's proving to have some sort of pace to keep up with Mercury. As
Matty has set the fastest lap.
Fastest here in Hungary. Dennis VKK, I'm just going to quickly check now if he's had a pit stop in this race. He's had no pit stop.
He has not.
Dennis VKK here on a set of softs could prove to be a threat later on in the race. FuSion continues here on lap number 12, coming through the second sector. And he's very he's had a very, very good Grand Prix, but I do recall that Eddie Perondi, he joined early in the race. He must be absolutely devastated. Because, you know, 25 points for FuSion at the moment. As it stands, FuSion, Eddie Perondi is going to be like 40, 50 odd points behind them, so not good.
Yeah, but
it's not good. But FuSion seems to fit that.
As FuSion comes into the pits,
let's see what tyres he's going to go on. Let's see how quick the Renault boys are. See if they've been practicing.
As Buckley is doing the same, obviously he's trying with actually the leader. Yeah, he's going for the safe option there. Let's see what Buckley goes on to. Buckley's going to mediums as well.
He needs to play it safe, I think, because obviously he's going for the victory, he's going for this championship lead, but he needs to just put everything into this, put everything into this race and potentially, you know, perhaps win the race and take his championship lead, lead the championship for the first time this season.
Yeah, it's important for him. I think ErikStander has gone for a more of an aggressive strategy with the softs. I think he's making an intent here just to say, look, I'm going to be here to fight for my lead of the championship. And obviously he's coming up to the Dennis BKK quite quick here, so hopefully he can dispatch of the Haas, who's going to be taking those tyres. Probably, I'd say about 9 more laps if he wants to do the soft super soft strategy. So yeah, you can see Dennis has got so much more grip. He's the superior car at the moment. As Finnish players coming to the pits, so this could be interesting relating to the standard. Has Erik got that much of an undercut on the McLaren driver? Let's see then.
Dennis looking very good around that corner, but ErikStander's got the better line and Dennis into the pit lane. This could prove very, very good for Dennis in his Haas here, doing that one-stopper strategy. Same as FuSion, but Finnish player here, he's going to be... No, he hasn't done it.
Erik has jumped him. He's got at least a 2-second gap there.
He's gone on soft. He's gone on soft right here. That could prove costly in his fight for the podium here, because Moores Buckley 77 is currently on a set of mediums, so he's going to the end. Same with Vanzi, he's on mediums. And Matty versus Verstappen here. Here we go, mediums versus super soft. We're going to get out of broadcast mode and get into a bit of a TV pod. And yeah, look at this. This is very interesting down into that turn 3-4 complex. And Verstappen there cannot get past the force in here.
PT has made the move finally.
But is Mercury going to come back though? He's around the outside. We know that this corner's very good for overtaking. He must be loving this though. Even though he's down in P10, P11, Mercury and P, they must be loving the battle right now that they're having.
We're going for a solid 8 laps. It's been a very, very good battle so far. Quite clean, obviously. They've had their moments, but you know, if this can go on for a long time, I think, you know, both drivers would be, obviously they won't be happy with the points, but I think for the battle at least it'll be worth it.
Definitely. Here we go then, we've got Verstappen in P7. He could prove to be a very good driver. Matty's on a set of super softs. Don't know why he's gone on a set of super softs again, but you know, he's definitely...
I think they're for a 2-stop strategy. I think this is very aggressive from STB Maldi here. I think, looking at it, he was on the super softs, now he's on the super softs again. I think he's going to go for try and get as much time as he can on the car's head, and then obviously pit. He's probably fighting Verstappen now for position. I think Verstappen is going to have to pit later on in Grand Prix, so now it's just got to P6.
Oh, and Total Pure's made a mistake. Sorry, Total Pure's made a mistake. I've just caught it as he was coming back onto the circuit. He made a mistake. I think he hit it on grass and then span or something, so he's got some grass on his tyre. And he is down in P8 now, so don't know if he lost. I don't think he lost any positions, but it's just really, really unlucky for him because he does deserve some good points. You know, he's had a very difficult season so far. So as
Mercury gets a penalty.
Well, that's not good for him, but that corner is very difficult to do.
I'm looking now at ErikStander's gap to FuSion, and even though he's on the better tyre, he's not gaining what he should be. He's obviously 6 laps old now, I think he's going to be in the 20%, maybe the 15-20% like kind of range. But I don't know if he's going for a very aggressive strategy with a two-stop or he's trying to make these work, because obviously lap 10 is stretching a bit. He's going to be in, like, you know, the red tyre wear for the last few laps, so he's risking a puncture to try and get to FuSion, but he's not gaining. He's losing time actually to the
FuSion's
leader.
flying. FuSion's flying right now on those mediums. I think personally, Malta, FuSion has done some secret strategy planning, because he hasn't been on for 3 days, and he just brings out the pot every single week. He had a bad start to the season, but he's pulled it back, and what a drive so far this season. He's absolutely flying.
Speaking of good drives, finished player, watch for him, because he's now gained a whole 7 attempts on ErikStander the last lap or so. So this is that's looking for an interesting battle. He's on fresher tyres now as well, 4 lap fresher tyres than ErikStander. So obviously he's probably going to have them rubbered in now. So we could be seeing a very interesting. I don't know if he's going to catch Toxic at this current point. It's not looking like he is. He looks like he's losing a few tenths a lap, which is not good for obviously on his half. But yeah, finished now. He's looking very good as the McLaren driver
from Finland as well. So he's loving it, and I'm loving it as well.
Bit of a random thing to point out. But you know, we'll roll with it. He is finished player.
You know what, Mark? I think it did, because some people might think he's from, I don't know, Lithuania or something. You know, you never know. He's called Finnish player. He's called Finnish player, but it could be one of those generated names, and people just think he's from Finland, but actually isn't. You know, one of those things. You never know these.
I doubt, because obviously you said he's Finnish and he's got Finnish in his name, but. This is a very weird conversation to be having, but do you know, whatever about it.
Well, there's no battles at the moment, so we have to have this sort of conversation. But Finnish player has drove an incredible race, and he's really catching up to ErikStander. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle at Malta, moving on swiftly as they approach now lap 18. Sorry.
So they're halfway through. They are halfway through.
Locks up there, down into turn number 1. And this is just
Finnish player choosing not to use DRS. Sorry to point out, but he's choosing not to use DRS at the moment, which is interesting, because normally when you want to catch up to someone, you want to use DRS. But I saw he wasn't using DRS at all against ErikStander, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to conserve his tyres. Maybe trying not to rip them too much. At the moment, he's in standards right now. I think he's trying just to save his tyres right now, because if he can, then Erik obviously will. Oh, Evansy's left. Wow, there's a lot of things going on now. Mercury is retired now. He's coming to the pits. I think he lost his front wing or something. He's left the session. And Evansy has left the session as well. So 2 people out of the race in the matter of seconds.
If you could just try and invite him, that would be really helpful. He may have just lagged out. As I was saying, down the straight, the Finnish player was not using DRS. I don't understand why that is a DRS zone, because you can't really overtake you can't really overtake down that straight. You've got the long corner, but it's very hard to overtake. The Finnish player now is going to have the DRS on ErikStander. ErikStander goes very defensive to the inside, but ErikStander's going to be on the inside. He's going to push Finnish player off the circuit there. Very aggressive.
Oh, controversial there.
From the Hungarian, he needs this second position. If it is at the moment, ErikStander and FuSion will be on exactly the same points going into Spa. ErikStander has to do everything in his power now to defend his position from Finnish player. Finnish player is going to be absolutely fuming after that. He wants his position, and ErikStander wants to keep the lead at least of the championship. So he's going to be absolutely fuming at the moment. Finnish player's definitely got the behind the Ferrari.
In my own words, I'd say that he's going to shut the door on him right there. He's said, this is my track, this is my position. If you're going to take it, you have to do something special. But it's a bit cheeky from Erik there, because obviously he's forced him wide. I think Finnish might be a bit annoyed there. He might have something to say in stewards, maybe. If he deems it unfair.
Finnish player also, can I also point out, Finnish player also has a 10-second time penalty on this Grand Prix.
Oh no.
because of his collision with RRS Mercury in Britain. So that could cause him. So he will be thinking of this. That he could be thinking about the back of his head. He needs back of his mind, whatever the saying is. He needs position. He needs to get 10 seconds over ErikStander to get second.
Erik is really defensive right there.
Very, very
really
defensive. Very defensive. He's very aggressive in this film. Very aggressive.
Yeah,
he's going to the inside again.
Understands.
Well, Finnish player, can he do a Fernando Alonso move? ErikStander's going to have the pace, and it's going to be Finnish player on the inside. Can he do it? ErikStander's off the circuit nearly there, and Finnish player, he can't find a way past. This is incredible. The battle that is happening. FuSiOn must be absolutely loving his race. He must be. I bet he's in lean. Drinking cups of tea right now.
I wouldn't go that far. I think he's still got to obviously run the race, but I was about to say, I sort of fit on board with Finnish player. He was that move. He flicked the car around, and I thought he was going to go for it, but he backed out. I think sensibly there. I thought there was going to be a massive collision between him and Erik. But yeah, that was this is becoming a very tasty battle for seconds at the moment. Finnish player, the aggressor, and Erik, the defender, obviously.
This is absolutely amazing. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, as he's going to get DRS again, so Erik has got to watch out here. I think he's a bit further back than you want to be, Finnish player is, but yeah, he's got another DRS port to.
He's gaining a lot here.
He's going to brake a little bit later to try and obviously get a better run. But yeah, he's
now. Sorry,
no,
I don't know why
Finnish
player went on set of softs, because surely he could have easily went on the mediums. ErikStander has to pick later on in the Grand Prix. ErikStander can just go longer and gain that, pit stop advantage over ErikStander. I don't know why.
I don't think. I can see exactly why he went. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh no, that's the battle over in retrospect. But I can understand why he went, because you don't really lose as much time as you think with if you pit quite late, a bit later on with the softs. So he's only got a 7 lap hole with softs, as Erik has got 11, so Erik will probably have to pit again, but you never know with Erik. I think he could take them if he's got really good tyre wear, and I think Erik does have good tyre wear around overall, so I can understand the decision. I know the mediums would look preferable, but they're a bit slow around here, and obviously it's shown by a few other people. Toxic, I think FuSiOn is in a bit of another league when it comes to pace at the moment. But I think if you look around, it's not really, people aren't really gaining as much like with on the soft runners, obviously, because the soft runners are still in their prime.
We may see, lap 26, lap 27, lap 28, the soft people on soft having to come in. That's really going to mix up the battles here. Morris Buckley's in a great position. He could get P2 here.
Matty Pitts has gone for the. He's had that. He's gone for a 2-stop here. He's obviously going to come out on these fresh softs, so he's going to be looking to overtake Dennis here, and Verstappen still has to pit. He's taken these mediums, obviously 22 laps, so he's looking to his tyres, to be honest, are looking quite shot, I'd say, but definitely Matty now looking for a P6 here, as Verstappen gets a penalty in going into the second sector.
Finnish player, is absolutely flying behind ErikStander. He cannot find a way past those, and they are catching FuSiOn.
Interesting.
Slightly up, so this could prove to be a nice little battle to the end. You never know. ErikStander, Finnish player, might be robot.
Watch it. He's going to go defensive. Erik is. As he's going around the outside, is Finnish player. Erik's going to bump him a little bit, but he keeps position from Finnish player. Is Finnish player going to have a second crack through turn 2? He's going to go in the inside. He's got the inside line. He's going to go the inside.
He's going to go the inside. Lock took down into turn. He's done exactly what he did to ErikStander to him. ErikStander's on the inside now. Can he do it? Finnish player takes second position at the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Hungarian fans will be absolutely fuming. ErikStander down in P3, and ErikStander gets a penalty now on even terms.
Yeah, obviously he's got that 10-second time penalty finish, but he'll want this battle. He wants to have this you know, he'll want to have a very, you know, lengthy battle just to show that he is here as a contender. You know, potential, like, you know, wins in this league. He may not be in the championship contention, but you know, he's definitely one of the. He's proven that he's one of the fastest that can keep up with the big boys in this league.
Definitely, he is polite. The thing is, he joined, I think it was Canada. He joined in Canada. He's shown he had the pace in Canada. He just couldn't convert. He was having a lot of bad luck in the first few races, but he came in Austria. And he showed that he was ready. He was ready to take it to the fight. As ErikStander now is going to get the DRS of Finnish player down in turn number 1, and it's not going to be a possible overtake here. Finnish player shown himself. He's shown himself. As I was saying before we got interrupted by the battle, you never know. Finnish player ErikStander may be robots. They may have some automated sort of thing which, you know, makes their ears incredible for tyre wear. They could go to the end. You never know. You know, it's just all
I'm sure that they'll go. I can definitely see Finnish player going to the end. It's just Erik. I'm a bit worried about. I can't see a bit of graining. He's got 11 laps to go, however, so I think you never know with his tyres. But I'd like to go into another point while they're going through the middle sector. Moore's Buckley behind. He's got no penalties.
I
Moore's
believe I
Buckley
can
behind.
actually see the tyre wear. Can I not?
No, you can't see the tyre wear in the spectator, unfortunately. But I was getting on to my point.
That's a
Moore's
shame.
Buckley is behind on the mediums right now. Well, he's made a bit of a mistake there, but he's only 6 seconds behind these two, and obviously a Finnish player at 10 seconds.
Sorry,
and
He's in the pit lane.
yeah, but ErikStander has got ErikStander's coming in again. I think he's going for the aggressive 2-stop now. So this is interesting now because now he's going to come out behind Total Pure, I believe. I don't know. No, he won't. But he'll come out.
He's going aggressive. He's going aggressive here in Hungary. He wants this. He wants to show his fans in the grandstands that he is ready to get at least P number 2 here in Hungary. Finnish player does have a 10-second time penalty. This could help ErikStander in his quest for P2.
He has to gain 20 seconds in 10 laps though. That is the problem, and obviously Moore's Buckley is only 7 seconds behind Finnish player. He's got a 30-second gap to ErikStander in 10 laps. Obviously ErikStander will be on incredibly better tyres. Oh, never mind, so that's evened out the playing field. But yeah, he's got a 30-second gap to Moore's Buckley, and I think Buckley will be wanting to obviously defend for his life here, because he's in for a P2 here. He's drove a very solid race so far. He's only 7 seconds behind Finnish player. So you could see a very, very interesting battle when it comes down to it, because Finnish player's got 13 seconds of time penalties at the moment. If you're talking like the 10 seconds.
I think Finnish player needs to hit this lap in order. No, I was thinking if he's going to.
I don't think he does.
You know, he needs to pit because he needs to close off the gap between him and ErikStander if he still wants this podium, still wants a chance of it. You know, he could still go to the end, but we'll see later on.
I think definitely, in my opinion, he will go to the end. He's got 21 laps on these tyres. He's done 12 of them right now, and I don't see much tyre wear on his tyres. Obviously, you can see that when it gets to about 45-50%, you can see a ring forming around the middle, and it's not there. So I think he's definitely up for one. As Total Pure comes into the pit.
What tyres is going to go on? It's going to be a set of super softs for the Sauber crew. Now in 2018, Alfa Romeo. So that could cause that could trigger off some nice performances in 2018, but you never know. We'll be able to see who the Alfa Romeo Sauber drivers are in the draw next season. We have Dennis BKK now on the inside of STB Verstappen, but he's going to dive out of the loop there, and it's 2 risky down in the turn, up the hill into turn 4.
Yeah, the end of the second sector. He's I don't know if I haven't been really watching that, but I think Verstappen might have just got past him. I think Dennis was ahead, but Verstappen, these tyres must be, his tyres are extremely old now. He's on at least he's on 27 lap old tyres, so you can see that obviously these mediums can go to the end. He's very good in his tyre wear, I'd say. Verstappen is.
Clouds are forming quite rapidly from early in the race. from what they were earlier on. Clouds are forming. Could we have, possibly, you never know what this game is, could we have a little bit of rain to close off this Hungarian Grand Prix?
Obviously, last week Verstappen played a masterclass.
For Dennis, he's on the inside. Sorry, Malta, he's on the inside. Here we go. He's locked up a little bit there. Danny at turn number 1. Outbreak himself. Verstappen back up the inside. And as you were saying, Verstappen doing an amazing strategy in Britain. I don't think the strategy.
But Dennis is looking at the inside now, and he's going to have the better
Is he
line.
going to do it? Yes, he is. Back
up.
Back up in the P5. And Verstappen, I don't think a strategy onto intermediates is going to help him if the rain comes, as Dennis gets another penalty there. But I don't think the strategy is going to help him win the race again, but it could definitely help him in his quest for the top 5. But ErikStander is catching Maurice Buckley at a rate of knots. He's flying here in Hungary. Finnish player continues. Could this be an incredible battle for this victory? Podium, sorry. Unless FuSiOn gets it.
Yeah. Finnish has got a 2-second gap now, and the Finnish got a 2.7-second gap to Toxic. But behind him, he's got a 8-second gap. He's pulled out a lot of time, as ErikStander's showing his pace sets the fastest lap. But he's pulled out a gap on Buckley now, and I think he might be able to keep his tyres well. He needs to obviously bank on Buckley getting another penalty if he wants to keep this position from him. But yeah, we've got 7 laps to go, so you never know what might happen.
Sorry, Verstappen in the pit lane, change our front wing onto a set of super soft compound tyres now, so he's on his way out of the pit lane, and he possibly could come out in 8th, but you never know what Pete can do. He might use a rocket and fly down the straight by that. Verstappen comes out in P number 8. STB Maldi now then, Malta in a P number 6. He's run a pretty decent race here on his 2-stopper, so I do suppose, you said earlier it is possible to do the 2-stopper. He's not going to lose too much time. He's shown that. Possible top 5 position for him right here. As he's coming through the second sector now, Malta, this is very important for his championship, because he's in a lot of battles in the midfield, and Dennis is going to defend his line down in a turn. I don't know, corner with no name. I don't know the circuit very well, but through this final sector now, Malta can have a nice run out of this corner, penultimate corner now. He's going to have a nice run into the around this final corner.
Oh,
the wheel is definitely going to help him.
I've been disconnected. Sorry, I'm back.
Sorry, I apologise. Oh, that was good.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you.
There you go then. So we've now got STB Maldi and Dennis. Hopefully you can join back to let me know, because I can't see it. The things blocking it. We have got Maldi now on the back of Dennis VKK. No, are you back in? Thank you.
Yeah.
Issues there. Maldi then, P number 6. He's run a decent race, Malta, don't you agree?
Yeah, obviously I can't see now, but Maldi, from what I was seeing, he's got. I think is he past Dennis VK now?
No, he's coming through the second sector, so he's now coming to the second sector. Dennis uses his pad, I believe. Matt has the wheel, so it's definitely going to help him. And there's a yellow flag in sector 3. What has happened in sector number 3? I don't know.
I think I'm looking right now. There's nothing really happening through there, but yeah, you're saying about Maldi. Matty's now behind Dennis,
yeah,
and
definitely helped him down that sector.
Yeah, he's definitely behind. I think he's looking for the DRS here, so that'll be quite interesting. See if he can make a move into turn 1 here. This is for P.
Absolutely flying. He's catching up to FuSiOn here. I think FuSiOn may have actually been the yellow flag. Maldi goes up the inside, he dive bombs on the Dutch driver of Dennis VKK. Here we go, down in a turn number 3 now. It's going to be absolutely amazing now, down in a side by side. And Matt's going to go back on the inside. He's going to hit him. Matt needs to be careful here because he's on 5 penalty points. One more. He has a 10-second time penalty. He needs to be careful with his overtakes now, as I believe that these clouds are forming very quickly.
Yes, you were saying about the clouds. It's looking a bit dark in the sky, but Matty there, a sense of desperation, I'd say, with trying to get past Dennis here. Obviously, he's on the better tyre right now. In retrospect, he's on the 2-stop, obviously, and Dennis has done the alternate 1-stop. So he's definitely, I think, looking to the next DRS section, he's definitely going to be on the back of the Haas driver.
Absolutely incredible racing. Oh, and Matty span it out of the corner. The scenes here in Hungary. Total pure. Hurry up. Matt, this is incredible. An amazing battle with Dennis, and he has absolutely screwed up around the penultimate corner there of the Hungaroring. And this track, it's boring at times, but it just brings out the most unexpected action. It's incredible, absolutely amazing. Moore's Buckley in a P3, but ErikStander is catching him at a rate of knots. Here we go, Moa. He's on the fresh super soft compound tyres now, so he's definitely going to be wanting that position. Total Pure is on the super softs, while Matty is on the softs. This is really going to help him as well. We're going to keep an eye on that battle, but at the moment our main focus is on ErikStander and Moore's Buckley. So,
yeah. Speaking about the gaps and everything, because obviously all three of the top, all three from 2nd, 3rd to 4th have got 3-second time penalties, and obviously Finnish players got that 10-second time penalty that we've been stressing. Moore's Buckley is 8.5 seconds behind him. He's losing a bit of time to Finnish player. If he can get outside that 10-second time barrier, then I think Finnish player could be ahead of Buckley, and if Stander can't get past him, well, Finnish player's got second, and that'll be a great achievement for the McLaren driver. He's just got to push here. Obviously, try not to get a penalty, but also he's catching Fusion very much here. Like Fusion's, I think, he's not enjoying this these tyres.
Latter stages of the Grand Prix, If Finnish player, hats off. Hats off. Finnish player can catch up to Fusion here. Fusion's tyres are looking very bad, and Finnish players are not even looking that bad at the moment. So,
as Total Pure's right on the back of Matty right now, he tried to go for move at turn 1.
Here we go. Matty's off the circuit. He has to be careful now with Total Pure behind him. Can Total Pure get him now? No, he can't. He's going to have to wait for another lap or so, because there's no way he can get through this sector. He tries to have a look at the inside there, but fails down in at turn 8. I think this is the little chicane here, or 8, 9, I don't know. But this is absolutely splendid display as Moore's Buckley. Apparently on my screen he's 10.2 seconds behind Finnish player.
Yeah, he is now 10-second barrier is now being reached, and ErikStander is right on the back of Buckley. Could we be seeing this is the potential battle for P3? This is a battle for P3 right now, and this could be a potential battle for P2. So this is a lot. There's a lot riding on this right now. Can Buckley keep? Oh, he finished got no penalty. That's game over.
Aggressive there, trying to catch up to Fusion.
Yeah, this is game over for the McLaren driver. He's raced so well this race so far, and that's just unfortunate for him.
ErikStander showing his knowledge of the curbs here in Hungary. He's done his practice, he's done his learning, and Moore's Buckley's let him through. And it is starting to rain here in Hungary. We called it. The flash has happened, and it is starting to rain, Malta. It's starting to rain here in Hungary. This is the opportunity that we've all been waiting for. This is interesting. Moore's Buckley is absolutely livid right now. I bet he's absolutely fuming as a Finnish player. Must be loving it right now.
Yeah, I don't know if Buckley let him through, because I was looking at him and he slowed down a little bit. He might have let ErikStander through there, just as a way of just saying, can I just, I know I can get, good points here. But ErikStander has now got, he's just not going to, if he gets another penalty, then it's all over him for P3, I'd say, definitely. But, the rain's coming down, but I don't think it's enough to force anything. We're going to the penultimate lap right now here. I don't think it is. So, I mean, it's come too late for, any kind of, drastic change, if you know what I mean.
Definitely, but it's definitely sizing up to be a very interesting last lap battle now. He's finished
Matty.
to get his second sector
Matty's
together.
going around the outside. Sorry, STB Maldi's trying to go around the outside of Total Pure. Now he's going to have a great. He's got the DRS obviously. He's going around the outside here. Turn 2. Is he going to make it stick? No, he goes a little bit wide, and he's going to try and get a bit of a cutback here. Try and get a bit of a speed advantage. Might try something up here. If he does, he's crazy, but he backs out of it. Fortunately for Total Pure there, that could have ended. As we're on to the final lap of the Grand Prix now. Top 6 FuSiOn is still in the lead. He's only got second finish player. Finish player's got a lot of penalties, obviously. And that will mean anything if he catches up to him. But now all we're looking for is the gap between ErikStander and finish player. ErikStander will get another penalty. He's got to be very careful. I'm looking right now for warnings or anything. As wow, ErikStander, one more warning and he's gone. One more warning and finish player's got that second position, sorry.
Here we go, it's important now.
As Morse Buckley has got he's lost so much time to Erik in these conditions.
Yeah. Is FuSiOn gonna lose the lead to finish player here?
Or Sector 2, as Sector 2 there was a bit of a
Total Pure there on the inside of Matty, and he's got the overtake done, but Matty's going to try and get back on him. I can't spectate this because the battle is really on the front 2, and it's not going to be enough. We're going to switch back to Matty and Total Pure. They're having an amazing battle, but Toxic X FuSiOn will gain the world
comes across the line.
Back off ErikStander, the first time this season that he leads the World Championship, and he.
Well, you say that, but it depends. It depends how far ErikStander is behind. As he's 7 seconds, so he's done it.
Right. Well, at the moment,
ErikStander has done it.
Well, we'll see. But ECR Shadow there off the circuit. He's been having issues in these conditions, but STB Maldi now on the back of Total Pure. We could just invite FuSiOn and finish players to party because ErikStander cannot join.
Okay.
ErikStander got a mic. Total Pure then is going to come across the line in P6. P7 is for STB Maldi now. Verstappen, decent drive for him. He comes home in P8. PT then in P number 9 now, and it's very disappointing for him, but he must have loved it, squirming his way around Hungaroring in the closing stages. He comes in P number 9, and that is your Hungarian Grand Prix live from Hungaroring here in Budapest. What a race that was in the closing stages. Finish player cap.
Maldi, your mic.
Well, it's very fun when your controller disconnects. But as I was saying,
yeah,
incredible final closing stages between FuSiOn and finish player. But this is your final classification after the penalties from Britain. First is Toxic X FuSiOn. Second is ErikStander in his home Grand Prix. Third is finish player 16. Fourth is Morse Buckley 77. Fifth is Dennis VKK. Sixth is Total Pure. 7th is STB Maldi, 8th is STB Verstappen 33, 9th is TRPT, and because of the 190 whatever percent it is in the race, ECR Shadow will claim his 1 point from this Hungarian Grand Prix. So what an incredible battle that was. Sorry about the technical issues that we've had during the stream. My control is not very good, so unfortunately it was very some times of issues that arose. But we have the 2 podium finishers here, finish player and FuSiOn. ErikStander, of course, has moved up to P number 2 due to finish player's penalty, and unfortunately cannot be with us in the commentary box because he has no working mic. Malta, before we interview the podium finishers. What's your comments on that race?
Well, I'd say it was a very good race. It's quite a good one to fall back on the drama, which was Britain. The battle between Finnish player and ErikStander was definitely an incredible one. There was a lot of good battles, especially with STB Maldi and Total Pure. There's a lot of good battles in that race. Obviously Total Pure, Toxic FuSiOn, sorry, having a very it was a dominant drive until the end. He led pretty much all the way. So I'd say it was and it's open at the championship as well, because obviously now ErikStander and Toxic FuSiOn are drawing or level on points. So I'd say it was a very good race, Maldi.
Definitely. Thank you, Malta. Okay, we're going to interview P number 3 now, because of his penalty. Finnish player 16. Make sure you got your audio included. Welcome to your first podium interview of the season. You had a great race 2 weeks ago in Austria, and obviously you could have easily got the podium there. But here in Hungary, Finnish player, you was arguably the fastest driver in the middle stage of the race when you was catching up to FuSiOn. Can you just explain to us how your race went and the frustration that you're feeling because of now third place?
Stuck behind Erik at the start, and I lost there a lot of time. I was still trying overtaking it's pretty hard to overtake in this track, and
Yeah,
but I
definitely is, yes.
in front of him, and I was trying to catch FuSiOn, but there wasn't enough laps, and it didn't work out really, and I had those penalties which didn't work really well.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your P3. Before we speak to FuSiOn, we're going to have a word with STB Maldi here in the commentary box for the interview. STB Maldi, we've seen you have a lot of aggressive moves up your sleeve in that race. Can you please just tell us what you think of your battle with Total Pure, and why do you think you couldn't have got a better result tonight?
It went well. Had a good start, but the challenges with Total Pure, with Dennis and Verstappen, they've all been really good, fair challenges. Dennis did have a little bit of a moment, but that was all good. But yeah, with the really good challenges. But Total takes, you might look a little aggressive, but they weren't to extents like they weren't like dive bombing, but they were safe overtakes. They weren't taking any sort of risks. But I was trying to get those positions. Obviously, it's hard to overtake in Hungary. I mean, you could either not overtake them at all and stay behind, or you have to try and get the overtake done. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere.
Okay. You're currently on 5 penalty points. Your record, for any worst penalties that you get, expires next week in Belgium. Do you think that it is possible? Obviously anything can happen, but do you think that it's possible that you could, erase the history that you've got and move on, not getting any harsh penalties in Belgium?
Yeah, I think I just got hope. Like this race, I've been clear of quite a few people for most of the race. So just hope I have a clean race. Avoiding those dangerous overtakes or any sort of problems with anyone. But just avoid that race, and then it should be all good for them.
Okay. Toxic X FuSiOn, pole position, the win here in Hungary. You have got now, after your absence in Australia, your poor performance in China, all those races that have not gone your way so far this season, Monaco, various other names, you are now drawing with ErikStander. You're back in the title fight for proper now. What's your take on Hungarian Grand Prix?
Yeah, well, my racing in the last 5 odd races, I'd say, it's increased massively. I'm really, really happy with my pace at the moment. And Hungary is probably like one of my favourite tracks to race around. It's just I just love it so much. That kind of explains my sort of pace around here. But in the second stint, I was quite slow purely because I was trying to save a bit of fuel. Because in the first stint, I noticed that Stander and Finnish player were fighting quite a lot. So I sort of tried to use that opportunity to just pull out as big of a gap as I could. And in the end, it worked out for me, because if I didn't try and push as hard as I did in the first stint, I think Finnish would have got me at the end. So, yeah.
Moving swiftly on, actually, to the battle between you and Finnish player. What was your emotions when Finnish player was catching up? Were you nervous? Were you confident you could keep in front of him if he did catch up? What was you thinking at the time?
I mean, like you said, it's quite a hard track to overtake on. Like, the only place you can really overtake is down into turn 1 or down into turn 2, or maybe on the third to last corner. And yeah, I think my engineer, he said that he had a penalty as well, so that kind of took some of the pressure off. So I knew I could let him past and still be able to come out in front at the end of the race. So it didn't really sort of panic me too badly. It panicked me a little bit, but it wasn't too much.
Of course. One final question, FuSiOn. Obviously, the season we had on F1 2016 saw the Singapore Grand Prix in the GP2 division as a twilight race. To mix things up a bit this season, we are also going to be hosting the Singapore Grand Prix as a twilight race. What's your opinion on that? And do you think it will bring a little bit more excitement, obviously, with the sunset, and obviously a little bit of night, when we used to really see the whole race under the lights?
I mean, yeah, I think the track looks really, really nice in the day as well. So it doesn't really make a difference in terms of like driving around it, in terms of how hard it is or whatever. But I think it's a good choice.
Okay. Well, FuSiOn, we wish you luck next week in Belgium. We wish all of the podium finishers luck next week in Belgium. And we wish that, I hope that your commentators that are usually here, Jack Hotwood, will be returning hopefully next week to bring you coverage of the STB Belgian Grand Prix. But what an incredible ending to that Hungarian Grand Prix that we have just had. A lot of collisions, perhaps for the stewards, but that is fine because, anything can happen in Formula One. It's just the way it is. There's going to be collisions from, now and then. So, we are so happy that you could join us for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Join Jack Hotwood and TR Malta hopefully next week for round 12, the Belgian Grand Prix. But until then, goodbye and thank you ever so much for watching in Hungary.